Good evening, Mountainside. Thank you once again for tuning in to one of our bi weekly encouragement segments. We hope and pray you guys are doing well. Please let us know how you are doing. Send us a call, text, email, whatever, so that we can help you in any way possible. We love you, we miss you, but right now I want to turn you over to one of our servant leaders, Nathan Bowles, who is the epitome of endurance and patience. And I pray that his message uplifts you, challenges you, but encourages you as well as we live in these unusual times. We love you. We miss you. Without further delay, I turn it over to Nathan Bowles.
Hey, Mountainside. Good evening to everybody. I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for taking the time to listen. And hopefully, I can share something that's meaningful to you guys. So we are, as all of you guys know, we are in a very strange, challenging, uncertain time right now. There's a lot of things we don't know about where this is all going, and there's a lot of different impacts to this. There's economic, there's health, there's a human cost to it all. There's just a lot of things happening. A lot of the whole world is experiencing it. Different places in the world more so than others. Different states in America more so than others. On a people perspective, some of us are closer to it than others. I work at Presbyterian in IT, so I see parts of that are in IT that are farther removed, but we also have to help make sure that all the systems are there for the doctors and nurses. And I see things going on about that are going on the front lines, and things that they're dealing with. And it is everyone is kind of experiencing this in a different way, but everyone is affected by it. Everyone is having to face this challenge. And I think that these times that come along, as it's hard for me to know how to characterize it, but I can say that um, I think it presents us with an opportunity in the category of faith. Thinking back on anything in my life that may have been that I was thinking, what can I bring to a discussion like this? The only thing that I can think of that has happened to me that has any sort of relevance to this is when I was sick. As a lot of you know, that I've battled chronic illness as an adult, and there were a couple times where it got really serious, really bad early on, and I didn't know how it was going to end up. And everything I had come to rely on, everything normal in my life was gone. I couldn't work. Um, I could barely eat, and there were so many things about that, without going into detail, that were just completely alternate reality stuff. Like nothing I expected, nothing I planned on, nothing I had any reference point to. Just complete, like, Twilight Zone, uh, like my life had taken a detour off a cliff. I'm like, what went wrong here? How did I end up here? Type feeling. How do I get back on track? And I was kind of obsessed with that. How do I get out of this situation? And I realized at one point, I remember thinking, it's interesting. I used to really study and think about the different ways you could interpret something, and why this person interpreted it this way, and what do I think about that, and things that we argue about as Christians. And I remember thinking, at this moment in my life, I don't really care about any of that. I really don't. What I care about, all I wanted to know is what I was going through left up to some sort of random chance? Or is there a God in charge who is above all of it, who is in control? That's all I wanted to know. Is there a God? Does he love me? And is he in control of the situation? And through that experience, he taught me that yes, absolutely, he is real. He was with me that whole time. He's in control. And that's a load off, because I don't want it to be under my control, and I certainly don't want it to be under somebody else's or no one's control. If God's got it, then I'm good. And it that wasn't an overnight thing, but that took me a while to develop that and work through that faith that you know God wants us to trust in Him. He wants us to not take that burden onto ourselves, to know that He's in control. And it also, it made me think of when the disciples and Jesus were on the Sea of Galilee, and they're going across in the night, and a storm comes up, and it's a bad one. and it's about to sink the boat. It's raging, and it's water's coming in, and they're literally about to sink, and they're worried they're going to drown. So they wake him up, and they're like, Jesus, you got to get out here, man. We're about to drown here. So he gets up, and he tells the wind and the waves to be quiet, to be still. And it does. The storm stops. Just mid-storm. I mean, this blew their minds. And they knew he was someone special. They were following him. But when they saw this, that really changed the game for them. And that was not a coincidence that they were in that storm with Jesus that night. That was a faith-building experience for them. And he doesn't rebuke them for waking him up, I don't think. He rebukes them for being scared. And I think he wants them to know, you don't have to be scared. Doesn't mean you don't turn to me. But I've got this. And nature and everything answers to me. At one word, I can stop any of this. I can speak the universe into existence. I can tell the wind to stop. I can tell the waves to stop. I got it. You don't have to take that burden on. I am God, and I am with you. I think that's what he was saying. You're with me. And there's no guarantee that you're not going to hit a storm in your life. In fact, they're with Jesus when they hit this storm. You're almost guaranteed that you're going to hit a storm, right? And there's no guarantee of the outcome for any person. But what there is promised to us, and what I think God has told me and is telling others and telling you, is that he's in control. And that's a comforting thought. So no matter where it goes, no matter what you face, no matter what you go through, God is ultimately in control. He has dominion over it. Nothing, including death, can separate us from him. He has dominion even over death. So there's nothing we need to be truly afraid of in this life. And these situations, these unprecedented situations, give us the opportunity to grow that faith, that trust that is so important to being a true follower of him, and to having that peace inside of us that others are going to see and really respond to. So this is a tough situation. It's challenging. It's going to affect everyone in a different way, but it's also an opportunity to practice your faith and lean on him. God bless you guys.